What's up, everybody? It is me, Creator Jules, and today I'm talking about what has changed over the last year. First and foremost, I want to talk about Supermush. Supermush sent me this dope-ass hoodie set, and I literally wear it all the time. Pop it in the dryer so it's warm, solid. My biggest thing is not spilling coffee on it. So that's why today I'm having a little bit of Topo Chico. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take one of these three. So I have Daily Immunity, I have Daily Energy, and Daily Chill. I just kind of took a nap, so I'll chill on that one. Daily Energy, I will have to do some things here in a little bit, so I say to put 4 on it. This is what it looks like. Ooh. That's great, you don't even taste it. Kind of just fizzles in there. Nice. There's also this one, which I like to do with my coffee in the morning. It's Daily Immunity. It's spicy. Anyways, I digress. Let's talk about what has happened in my life over the last year. So I'm sure there are people on here that know me. For the people that know me, thank you for staying with me on this journey. I've received a lot of supportive messages over the past week. For the people that don't know me and are here for the first time, welcome. I hope you subscribe and continue on this journey with me because we're only learning, getting better. At least that's what I'm hoping. So, right now in life, I am doing quite a few things, and I've talked about these things on some lives over the past couple of days, but none of them felt quite right. Like, it didn't feel like that's not really what I want to talk about. That's not what I really want to like put out there. I don't want people to think that I'm just about this one thing, you know? Because in reality, I'm so much more than just one thing, you know, one aspect of my life or one part of my personality. And I think that people get so hung up on the things that they don't like that they begin to become narrow-minded and focus on only that thing, and it becomes a person's entire personality. So in my life right now, I've really striven? I don't know. Really strove to have a very balanced life. And I think over the last year and a half, that is what I've been building and going towards. At the end of 2020, I had just started my first business, and well, it was my second business, and it was a creative agency called How to Be Social. And How to Be Social was a huge success when it came to events and bringing in creatives and just creating community. Huge success in that aspect. Now, generating money, that was something I always kind of had a hard time with that business. I was really good at generating money in my marketing business, which was my first business and what people knew me for. But How to Be Social, I could just never quite get off the ground. And the whole idea was that I was going to connect creatives with brands. Looking back, I think that was the next part of my personal journey. And How to Be Social was meant to be a PR an artist agency, but I think I was just trying to skip so far ahead in the journey and just be where I wanted now, because I know when I get to that part of my journey with How to Be Social, like, I can feel it in my heart. Like, it is going to be one of the best moments of my life, truly and honestly. And I think I was scared in a lot of ways too, because what I wanted was to not miss out on it. Because I feel so strongly connected to it that there was just no other option for me than to have that. But it took a lot of the joy out of what I was doing in the moment. And I think that it took away from a lot of the things that I could have been doing. So setting myself up as an influencer, being the influencer that I always wanted to be. You know, I was an influencer, but I wasn't really making money from that. And I was just trying to do so many things at once that it made it really, really hard for me to truly enjoy what I was doing. But with that being said, at the end of 2020, I stopped doing that business. The business is still around. We still accept clients. We do consultations for artists. But instead of making it so my entire world, I've balanced it out. We've just brought on a new day-to-day manager, and they are doing great. I honestly have had to take a step back and just allow somebody else to take that on, because personally for me, I just can't do it anymore. I just got so burnt out on it. So handing the reins over to somebody else and allowing them to like do what they do best has been in my best interest. So with that being said, I've decided to really pursue influencing. I also have picked up music. I've decided that with music, while it is something that I'm doing in the background, it's still currently a hobby. It's not my full-on career. While I do love music and doing it, I'm just not at a place where I'm ready to dedicate every single waking moment to it, because I know how I am, and if I try to do it right now, I would become too obsessed with it, and it's just not time for that quite yet. Right now, my majority of my time is spent on trying to be an influencer, and I've seen a lot of success over like the past couple of months with that, especially this summer. And it might just be that I'm walking into a new season. It really feels like every season I kind of rotate what artist thing that I'm doing. I always keep up the other things that I'm doing, but what is the word? I don't think there's a word for this. I just rotate. Maybe that's the word. I just rotate my passions. I think for me, balance doesn't look like just an everyday thing. It looks like a seasonal thing. It looks like a life thing. I think when people talk about work-life balance, they think about, okay, I'm gonna clock out at this time. When I think about work-life balance, I'm thinking about, okay, am I giving attention to all my passions, all the things that I love? Am I being true to myself? And balance goes a lot deeper than just having a 9 to 5 and having a job and then knowing when to clock out. Right now, being an influencer is my job. I also waitress on the weekends to support the career that I'm trying to build here. But eventually the goal is I start making enough passive income from doing my lives and creating content, and that will fund whatever I want to do next. In the meantime, I'm still working on this, and that's okay. I think in a year from now, we're going to be doing a much different video where I'm a full-time influencer, and that'll be really great. And then I'll want to move on to the next challenge. One of my best friends, he said that he's always admired me because whatever I said I was going to do, I was going to do. And I feel like I really got away from that. YouTube live. What's up? Hello? Yes, I can.
I'm running a little bit behind. Amanda's on her way, so if she dials in, does it dial to you or no?
It will dial to me. I will be in therapy at 3 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, that's right. 3:30. Shit. It's cool. It'll dial to me. I'll just leave my phone on then.
Okay, I'll try to pay attention to it. I have my phone sitting next to me.
Okay.
I love you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I love you.
Okay, bye. I love you. Bye.
Bye. Should probably talk about my boyfriend. That's definitely been a big change over the last year. I'm living with my boyfriend. I never thought I would be that person. I always thought that I would be a good, just wait until I got married type. But honestly, I feel like my life has taken a very different direction because of some of the choices that I made early on. I got addicted to some things that I probably shouldn't have gotten addicted to. And then I am where I am, you know? I think one thing that I got addicted to very early on was love. And you might be thinking, what? Yeah, weirdly enough, you know, some people get addicted to drugs, some people get addicted to alcohol. I got addicted to love. I did not have my dad around when I was growing up, and I think that left a big hole in my heart of that should have been filled, you know? And I just feel like when I got to college, I became really boy obsessed. I got taken advantage of right before I left for college, and I think that really messed my brain up in a lot of ways because I always thought that I was going to be the pure Snow White angel that it waited until she got married. Well, when that changed, so did my view on a lot of things. My perspective completely changed. I realized that all men are not created equal. And I honestly, I don't know if I've completely forgiven that man yet. I want to say that I have, but sometimes I just get the feeling where if I ever saw him, I would definitely beat the fuck out of him. But I'm glad I haven't run into him. I did message him on Facebook over the last year, and I told him, I was like, yo, like you took advantage of me. And of course, he was in denial, I was in denial. And he tried to like make me believe that it wasn't what it was. But the truth is I didn't want to do it. But yeah, I guess I say all that to say this. For a long time I've had a deep mistrust of men. Because my father was supposed to be there, this man like that I was really like enamored with, took advantage of my naivete, my youngness, my newfound ability to make choices. And I made the choices that led me there for sure. If I would have had a little bit more experience and a little bit more guidance from my father, maybe I wouldn't have. But, you know, those are my choices. What happened, happened. Bringing it up to current, you know, I messaged him and I went through a really bad mania episode. I completely lost track of myself. I thought I was speaking directly with God, which, to be fair, I'm not totally convinced I wasn't. It depends on what your definition of God is. There was a lot of stuff that I was saying that was like, girl, you crazy, we ain't talking sense, for sure. But over the last year, I've realized a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, even though I was saying it in such a dramatic, like, Shakespearean way, a lot of that stuff has come into fruition, you know? It's been really interesting to see how everything has developed. And I still think that there was some kind of like psychic thing that was going on then. So yeah, I did lose a lot of friends during that time. I would like to believe that everything will come back to me tenfold, and I hope that, you know, when I'm ready to forgive them and when they're ready to forgive me, we'll come back and it'll be beauty. But honestly, I needed a break from those friends because I had a lot of healing to do and I expected them to help me on this healing journey, and in reality, I was just hurting them because I was hurting. And so, you know, I was right to lose a lot of friends. Do I think that I could have just used love and encouragement during that time? 100% yes. But honestly, because they weren't able to do that for me in that time, it opened up tons of room for the love of my life, which is my boyfriend, Solomon. What a man. Truly emotionally vulnerable, took care of me in a time where I was spouting the craziest stuff. I think one time I was like, I'm pregnant, you know, like, and I was just like, ah, you know, like if anybody says that to you, like men usually run the other way. But he's gone through so much in his life that he had an understanding of Bro, this is a good person. She is just going through a lot of mental trauma right now. She's finally dealing with a lot of stuff that she's never dealt with before. And he was able to have grace and patience with me, which, oh my god, the grace and patience of this man is incredible. Truly incredible. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. Because, like, it's one thing to put up with your own shit. It's another thing to put up with somebody else's, you know? And just know that their true intention and what's going on within them. Yeah. So, there's that. I will sit down and tell you the story of how we moved in together another day. I don't have time to get into all that, or our backstory, but maybe that's another video. So I did come out as bisexual and polyamorous, and I still struggle with that a lot from my background. My mom and I just don't see eye to eye on it. I come from a very religious background, and I truly believe that I've always been bisexual. I've always had a love for all human beings, whether it be emotional or actually physically sexual. I think women are beautiful. I think that they're gorgeous and like, bleh. Anyways, I don't want to get too into that right now. But I have a deep, deep appreciation and love for other women, which is part of the reason I decided to be polyamorous with my boyfriend. We both made that decision together. Whole nother conversation for another time. But I came to this decision because in my life I've not had the opportunity to experience my bisexuality, to see if there's somebody that emotionally and physically that I really want to connect with. There have definitely been women in my path, in my journey, that I was definitely attracted to, that I loved, but it just never worked out. So, yeah. Moving forward, you know, I have loved every minute and every moment that I've gotten to spend with those women. I just don't know. You know, I think it's hard for me right now to imagine myself being with another woman because there are so many, not so many, but there's definitely a couple that I spent a lot of time cultivating a deeper relationship with that I just feel like didn't respect what I was doing. And you know, I think respect goes both ways. I think that I was often very pushy, and I think that I just wanted them to read my mind when I didn't even know what was going on in my own mind. It was very deep, it was very subconscious, and so I have a feeling, again, that it'll all come back around. You never know. So yeah, I most recently started an OnlyFans. Yes, I did that. I still struggle with that too. I think bisexuality and polyamory as well as my OnlyFans are all things that I really struggle with. Again, my background being religious, I think there's a lot of religious trauma that I'm working through. I don't have all the answers, but I know that I am seeking them and I'm curious, and so I've always found that the best way to find answers is just to do it, just to go for it, try your best. Yeah, be curious, just do it. And oh my gosh, there's a third rule of life that I always talk about. What is it? Be curious, just do it. Oh, and be who you are. So yeah, I just trying to be who I am in every part of my life. And if I choose to share that on a platform, that's my choice. If I want to be seen in that way, then I want to be seen in that way. And with OnlyFans, there is a lot of value and a lot of money to be made. I'm already in like the top 10% of all creators on OnlyFans. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I enjoy it, you know. I play my guitar, I practice my guitar, and like I'm naked, but the guitar covers me. It's really cute. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm on the pursuit of happiness. I'm happy right now in life. Actually, I gotta head off to therapy. It's 3:00. So thank you guys for joining me. if you have any other questions about my life, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I am online and live on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Outside of that, I try to like just detox from the internet because there's a lot going on. So I love you guys. Stay social. You're all gems.